Hi everyone. So this can be a continuation of my video about houses that are for rent and shit. And people renting rooms. Anyway, like I think one good thing to consider and to take into consideration is the fact that these people, whoever it is opening a room for you. Is they're opening their house to you, and in a way they are helping you, to have somewhere to live. They're giving you electricity, water, whatever, septic, where your poopies go. So that's a good thing. I mean, it's better to do that than, I guess, if you look at it, maybe the person buying a house is getting the one fucked over in the long run, because they have to pay for the wear and tear of the house. They're the ones that have to pay like $1,000 for the house and the property, plus utilities, water, and then putting up with other people's shit. But anyway, you guys all know I believe that all the messages that we text through any app or website should be on our personal profile. And I noticed that on X videos because I have an X videos account, and I could go to all my comments that I ever replied or posted on my personal account. So I was thinking, that people will take it very, very seriously if they're aware of that, if it's presented to them in front of them, and they will take it more serious and not joke around, not play around, not play with anyone's feelings or emotions, things like that. So, yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. And also, some people out there that are renting, like me, like I came up with a lot of poor man inventions, and I posted them on Facebook. And some people might laugh, some people might think it's a joke, but it's not a joke. It's not funny, because it really and truly is a poor man's patent. I have no money, and I only make 1,500 every week from like 4 or 6 weeks ago. Just started. They're working me like a fucking animal, 12 hours a day, 12 hours up, 12 hours down, basically. But what I was thinking is a lot of people can be unawareingly, whether they're rich or poor, they could be under attack by people that are working for the rich. Because if you think about it, you have the rich, and then you have the poor, where I am. And then you have the middle people that are working for the rich. And they're trying to keep everyone down so they won't get their job. So we won't get these people's jobs, right? So they're like, get down there, stay down there, right? So how do we know, especially through the internet, that these people are not doing everything in their power to manipulate these people up here and manipulate these people down here so they could have their way? Now, an example of that would be like let's take the president, for example. The president of the United States of America his schedule is thought of days ahead from what I hear, from what I heard. So these guys that are like protecting him, that are following him, that are coordinating, amongst each other for to protect the president, right? How do we know that they're not taking away certain people, that they don't want these rich people or these popular people, whatever, these important people to have contact with, people like myself, like people like, I don't know, like, like certain people, and they have the power because they're able to say, get away, or what, however they do it. I don't know, or they can change their course of actions. They could change the course of either meeting over here or over here. If they figure out someone's over here, that they don't want this person to be around this person, then they could try to go over here, and it's like a dating, like a date. Think about that. Think about it like a date. Okay, so you have plans to go here, but then you get like this random phone call and they want you over here. Maybe because they don't want you to go over here. Maybe because they don't want you to have that relationship. Maybe because they're trying to throw you off and make you seem like you're not interested, or you're not Or maybe another group likes this person, so they're just jealous and trying to keep you away. And they just call it protection. Like, how would we know? I guess we really wouldn't know. But, yeah, it kind of sucks though because, like the Bible, it says that God directs our steps. God directs our steps. So whether we are trying to go yeah, honestly, this life is all fucked up. It's fucking crazy. It's insane. It's insane. And not really though, but guess we have to look to really perfecting this internet shit because it's starting to fucking play mind tricks on me. It's trying to. It's not. It's trying to. It's starting to fuck me up. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of all this shit. I'm tired of my knee fucking hurting. But, we just gotta man up. And, do what we have to do in this life. To do what we have to do. Because you see, I have no friends. None. I just stay here all by my lonesome self. And just talk to myself. Because what else is there to do? There's nothing to do. Just nothing. That's why so many people are stressed out, you know. So many people want things in life. They want their own house. They want this. They want this. They want that. They can never get it because of this or that reason or that reason. That's why you stupid motherfuckers out there need to perfect this profile thing. That way we can all be on the same page. And all our messages are right there. That way we could be fully aware. That way we won't lie. That way we won't, just joke around. Because I do that a lot through the internet. But I should be taking all this very, very seriously. And all of us should as well. So if it's an invention, then we can all, submit our ideas professionally without being rude. That type of thing. On a professional basis. You know what I mean? But because it's like, how is anyone going to ever be aware of them making mistakes or acting out of character? Especially in a professional setting. Especially in a professional setting when when we had to keep everything professional and stuff, and then people just go on there like to a forum and start talking shit or start posting weird things that has no relevance to the topic on top. Right? So like the internet people, they've been trying to figure this out for a long time. Very, very long time. And I think that'll give all of us something to do. It'll give us all a sense of hope and acceptance in this world. Whether our ideas are implemented or not, because whoever posts on certain ideas, at least they contributed, at least they participated. And when you're able to go out and buy the product and have it in your hands, whatever it is, a car, house, whatever, then that'll motivate everyone to want to continue to think outside the box and to brainstorm. And the more we do this, whether we have the resources or the technology or the manpower or whatever it might be to do something or not, doesn't really matter, because on the internet it's just like a visual of someone's dream, of someone's, like hope being illustrated right before you. So with that, I think it will decrease the suicide rates. It will allow people to think and dream, and it'll give people hope. But this stuff needs to be presented to them. It needs to be like in front of their faces and stuff, you know? Like, I think a good example is when we all go to Home Depot and Lowe's, the websites. Because I'm talking about Home Depot and Lowe's, there's two. So that's why I said the websites. Not that each company has more than one website, but they might. But that's not my point. My point is that when you go to it, when you search for a product, or you barely go on their page, and you click on a random product, there's reviews on the bottom. That's what I'm talking about. But that's just one invention that became, or that made it, I guess, But I don't know. Someone would have to think about all this stuff, because it's complicated. There's a lot. There's a lot involved to all this stuff. There's a lot involved, and I guess I can't think about everything myself, but it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Because, okay, for an example, for an invention, okay, what do people do when they go on these to these stores or whatever, and they're looking for, like, say, a kitchen countertop, a restroom countertop? They're just looking for something, right, to put their food and plates on. That's all they want. That's all it comes down to. So, I was thinking, what if, instead of buying the stupid sink, what if you could just buy cardboard and then you could buy the cement and then you take it home? Like it'll be a plastic mold or something. And then when you take it home, you set it over the cabinet, the sink cabinet, and then you just fill it with cement. And that type of sink can cost probably less than the amount for a regular sink. But that's just one example. And I know I made a video on that with like cardboard lights that can be filled with asphalt, or I mean concrete, like this. Like imagine this was your light or whatever, this was your form, and all you have to do is put the concrete and that's it. It's done. But without the water, it weighs less. You can pick it up. But with the water, these things can get heavy. I mean, I bought a 40 pack of waters of these, and they're super heavy. But just the bottles themselves are super, super light. So that's another benefit to all this, because it costs less on transporting the goods and a bunch of other things. So anyway, yeah. Yep. And I mean, I'm not talking shit about people that are renting, because rooms out, because I'm a rentee. I rented out my room for my friend. You know, he's charging me a pretty good amount for my bedroom, but I'm comfortable and I have no worries. I have no problems or issues, But excuse me, but if I was able to somehow show proof of me living here and being responsible on paying my monthly bill, then I can use that. I can use that to my benefit if I want to buy a house, my own property. That's all I was trying to refer to or get to. And yes, I think if someone is making a profit, then they should pay taxes on it, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, they're not really making a lot, because they have to pay for water, electricity, sewer, septic, trash, and then putting up with all your filthiness, clean the house up. They come home and you're watching TV when they could be coming home and watching TV, but they see you, so they take a completely different course of action. And they might not even tell you. They just might say, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" Roll their eyes as they're walking away. Fuck. I'm gonna go shower. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do that. Whatever the situation might be, right? But anyways, that was the end of my video. But I'm starting to think that we're robots. Because think about it. Look at our eyes. There is a camera. Just like our phones. Our phones can talk. Our phones can think. Vehicles can drive themselves. But I'm not scared though. Just look at Apple. These guys are not playing around. And they're so beautiful. If you look at all their products, they're just like awe-inspiring. That means animals are robots as well. Yep. Just like vehicles. In a way, we're like our own, the god of the vehicle. And it's like the same way like a vehicle not having the freedom or the free will to drive itself, but the company Tesla and whoever else, probably, I don't really know, but all these companies working together, coming up with better products for drivers and all that, etc., etc., etc. They came up with a way for a vehicle to drive itself. So, later on, it can be given free will. Just like God gave us free will. And how would we even know? We wouldn't know if we were a robot or not. I don't know. But that's just a side note, side thought. And I just felt like throwing that in there, in the mixture with this video. Because God leaves me like that sometimes.